Hi, are you a buyer sitting on the fence waiting for the market to get better? Or are you an agent that has a buyer that's waiting for the market to get better? I'm going to give you top 5 reasons why you should purchase today and not wait for the market to get better. Because today's market is the most advantageous market a buyer has had in quite some time, and taking advantage of that will pay off in the long run. So reason number 5 is higher rates equals fewer buyers. As we well know, the reason why values went to the point that they did, or they increased at the pace that they did, was based on the fact that we had so few properties on the market and so many buyers that were in high demand. And the reason for fewer buyers in this market is because of affordability has been affected. Affordability hasn't been this low since 2006, but as you look at the chart above me, it's a short-term trend that happens for affordability. Reason number 4, no overbidding or releasing of contingencies. In the market that we're in today, we don't have to worry about overbidding of property. As we well know, the reasons why values increased the way they did, because we were overbidding. Buyers were okay with paying the difference from the appraisal value to the actual contract that they actually had on the purchase agreement. And of course, releasing contingencies usually will leave a client without a safety net, from releasing deposits to no inspections to no appraisals to closing in 2 weeks. So as a buyer, we did everything and anything just to get into the property, because we know there wasn't enough properties or enough supply to satisfy the number of buyers that wanted this particular property. So we pretty much gave up anything that the seller may require to get us into escrow. Reason number 3, in this market, we have a better selection of homes, meaning that there's more to look at. The demand has been decreased. So the supply as of this moment is a lot higher than it was when it was a seller's market. And of course, when we think about properties that were sold that never hit the market, and the reason which we call pocket listings, they were able to be sold because as a seller, a homeowner that was selling, they knew they didn't have to compete with the general market to still get their property sold. In the market that we're in today, those pocket listings have to hit the market for that seller to be able to get as high as price possible compared to the market we were in previously. Reason number 2, waiting for rate or the price to drop will bring back a seller's market. Once again, supply and demand the supply of homes will always be an issue, regardless of what market we're in. There's more buyers that are willing to buy compared to sellers that are willing to sell into properties that are being built on a regular basis. So if you wait for the interest rate to come down or for prices to come down, eventually it will become a seller's market, and you will be competing once again with either overbidding or releasing contingencies or making offers on properties that you may not necessarily want, but that is the only thing that's available at the moment. And reason number 5, right now, this strategic way of getting a buyer into a property is by doing seller paid rate buy downs. As we well know, there's 2 things a seller can do to get a buyer into their home. One, drop the price enough for buyers to say, you know what, I'm willing to pay that, or help a buyer get into a property financially. And the best way, or the way that strategically is working out right now, is by doing seller buy downs. And there's different types of buy downs, from a permanent buy down to a temporary 2-1 buy down, to a temporary 3-2-1 buy down, to a permanent and a temporary combined buy down. So there's different strategies you could look at to get a client into a lower rate scenario, to get them into the house temporarily until the rates adjust, and then at that point give them the opportunity to refinance, and now they're into the property. Because as I mentioned before, the number one issue that we have in the real estate market is there is not enough supply, regardless of where we're at. Right now, it's a demand issue, has been reduced, but the supply has not been increased. So that issue will always be there. So here's an idea, or a demonstration for purpose only, of how we can structure something like that for you or your client. And of course, below you will see a total cost analysis with different examples on how we could put a plan together to get them into the home. But overall, appreciate listening and looking at my video. If you have any questions, please reach out. My contact information is below. But once again, you guys got to take action now, because one of the issues that will continue to be will be enough supply for the buyers that are going to eventually hit the market again. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.